So I know the standard negative thing is to be like, "Oh my God, TikTok's just making everybody a witch. It's awful." No, that's not what I'm implying here at all. The baseline is that witchcraft is not new. Engaging in pagan practices, not new. Actively calling yourself a witch, we see shifting sometime around the 1930s, 1940s. We're seeing threads of Western esoteric belief, mystic forms of Christianity, as well as secular philosophy that are part of the Western esotericism, being brought together in new forms along with some of the narratives that came from the Victorian to Edwardian eras of uh, kind of a pop culture of imagining what it would have been like in the pagan days. There was a lot of that, and a lot of writings that came out as if they were historical documents but had no historicity to them at all. So a lot of the misinformation you get in the pagan community comes from the fact that those documents were treated as fact, even though they weren't. So when I say calling yourself as a witch is a modern thing, I do mean it comes from the eras that are about 1930s forward. And while pagan, I'm not as sure about that one because I haven't done the research on that one. People being labeled as witch and pagan is much older than that. But the self-identification with those terms is newer. So that's more of the modern era, in 1900s forward. And we can trace certain elements of these practices to the Western esoteric pathways, different lines of belief, including Christianity, that influenced a lot of what Wicca became. So there's a lot of interplay here, and it really depends on what era of knowledge you're looking for and what threads you're tracing theologically. So it's definitely not a new thing, as in like, oh my God, everyone's just suddenly a witch. It's more of it's new in terms of historical eras.